All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodesh. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, this is an article that was put in our group chat by a brother from U.S. News. All right, it says .com. It says National Guard at Capitol authorized to use lethal force in aftermath of mob. All right. And so as we're going to keep reading, it's going to tell you that for this upcoming inauguration, these National Guard troops, which I believe they're up to, 25,000 of them now that have been, set up over there, now they're telling them that they're authorized to use lethal force. Okay. So it says the dramatic escalation in authorities granted to the 20,000 guard troops stationed in D.C. is only the latest response to last week's massive security failure. All right, it says the 20,000 National Guard troops preparing for pro-Trump demonstrations this weekend in the nation's capital will be armed and permitted to use lethal force. The headquarters overseeing them says, marking a striking escalation in the way authorities there are preparing for repeat violence after last week's deadly mob. So if they're permitted to use deadly or lethal force, all it takes is one provocation. Okay, they might tell you stand back and people still keep coming and then somebody gets shot. It says on January 12, 2021, National Guardsmen were given authorization to be armed in support of the U.S. Capitol Police to protect the U.S. Capitol and individual members of Congress and their staff. According to a statement from the D.C. National Guard, which is commanding guard forces in the city, including units deployed from six other states to provide security for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration next week. A defense official confirmed the authorization includes permission for guard troops to use lethal force. Okay, so now things are getting pretty interesting. Now, are they actually going to use it? We got to wait and find out. Could the Lord put the spirit on, one of them to open fire, and then maybe the seditionists or insurrectionists, as they call them, return fire, and whatever the case may be, we're going to have to see. But it'd definitely be very interesting, because if that happens, things are going to escalate very, very quickly. Okay, once they break that barrier of using lethal force one on another, all right, guards on civilians, it's over. It says the request came from federal authorities and was approved by Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy, who oversees D.C. Guard deployments. D.C. Guard deployments, since the district is not a state, indicating it was not a request from the local government. The Guard forces there to date have performed an unarmed support role, such as directing traffic and logistical support to free up more civilian law enforcement officers to help protect the Capitol and other sensitive sites in D.C. That will change with the new authorization. So, as we know, usually when they declared deployed the National Guard, all right, we don't really see them using any deadly force. We see them, handing out sandwiches and, doing these basic things. But now they're saying that's going to change, all right, with this new authorization to use lethal force. Guardsmen are trained in the use of lethal and less than lethal force, de-escalation techniques, as well as the use of protective equipment. This is standard for civil disturbance response missions. According to the statement, the National Guard is proud to support the Secret Service, U.S. Capitol Police, and Park Police, who are leading the security efforts during the events for the 59th presidential inauguration. All right, and let me see. All right, it says the sudden shift in authorities serves as the latest example of the security response to last week's deadly siege on the Capitol. A mob of President Donald Trump's supporters stormed the building and delayed Congress's certification of Biden's electoral victory shortly after the president concluded a rally roughly a mile away on the National Mall. All right, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but as always, I'll leave the link to this article in the description box, and you can read it for yourself. But the main point is that they've been now authorized to use lethal force. So you can expect to see, all right, if there's even the slightest provocation, well, now we know, all right, what their capabilities are. So now real quick, I'm going to go to, because we've been telling you that this thing is going to get bloody. All right. It's not always going to be, it hypes up, then it dies down. No, eventually it's going to escalate past the point of no return. And once bodies drop, they're going to continue. This is Jeremiah 14:16. It says, and the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. And what is the modern day sword? A gun or a weapon. And they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. Now, this happened back then, but applying that to today, there's going to be so many bodies where it's not all going to be buried, man. Okay? But we are witnessing the downfall of an empire, the beginning of the end, all right, of this place. And it's going to go out bad and brutal. So be prepared for that. So with that, that was just a quick update. Lord willing, you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.